You know what's scary? Some people don't live in reality anymore. They live inside their own head. Every conversation gets replayed. Every mistake gets analyzed. Every future situation becomes a disaster before it even happens. And the worst part? Most overthinkers look completely normal on the outside. They smile, they laugh, they go to work, they reply with "I'm fine," but inside their mind, it never stops. Maybe you know this feeling. You send a text message, and suddenly your brain starts attacking you. Why did I say that? What if they misunderstood me? What if I sounded stupid? What if they hate me now? Or maybe someone changes their tone slightly, and now your entire mood is ruined for the rest of the day. That's overthinking, and people think it's harmless. But psychology says something terrifying. Overthinking doesn't just steal your peace. Over time, it steals your confidence, your decisions, your relationships, and eventually, your life. Because overthinking feels productive, it feels like you're solving problems. But most of the time, you're slowly becoming trapped inside your own mind. Why people overthink. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Overthinking is not intelligence. Most of the time, it's fear. Fear disguised as thinking. Your brain believes, if I analyze everything enough, maybe I can avoid pain. So you replay conversations. You predict worst-case scenarios. You imagine rejection before it even happens. Because your mind thinks preparation equals protection. But psychologically, your brain cannot fully separate imagined danger from real danger. So even when nothing bad is happening, your body still feels stress, your chest feels heavy, your heart races, your mind feels exhausted. Not because life is attacking you, because your thoughts are. That's why overthinkers are tired all the time, not physically, mentally, because their brain never truly rests. The hidden damage of overthinking. This is where overthinking becomes dangerous. It slowly destroys action. You start doubting everything. Should I text them? Should I start that business? Should I post this video? What if people judge me? What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? And slowly, you stop moving. Psychology calls this analysis paralysis. Your mind creates so many possible outcomes that taking action starts feeling unsafe. So instead of acting, you freeze, and freezing becomes a lifestyle. This is why some people have massive dreams, but years later, nothing changes. Not because they're lazy, because their thoughts train them to fear action itself. That's the scary part. People can waste entire decades waiting to feel ready, but readiness usually comes after action. Relatable examples. Think about this. Have you ever practiced an argument in your head with someone who wasn't even there? You imagined every response, every comeback, every reaction, and then the conversation never even happened. Or maybe you've stayed awake at 2 a.m. replaying one embarrassing moment from years ago, while the other person probably forgot it the next day. That's what overthinking does. It turns tiny moments into emotional prisons. Another example, you want to improve your life. Maybe you want to go to the gym, start a YouTube channel, learn a skill, start making money online. But instead of starting, you spend weeks researching, watching videos, planning routines, thinking about the perfect strategy. And deep down, it feels productive, but it's not progress. It's fear wearing the mask of preparation. Because if you never truly start, you never risk failure, and your dream stays perfect inside your imagination. Why overthinkers feel so alone. This part hurts the most. Overthinkers often feel deeply misunderstood because people around them say things like, "Just stop thinking so much. Relax. You worry too much." But it's not that simple. Overthinking becomes automatic. It becomes your brain's survival pattern. And eventually, you stop trusting yourself. You second-guess your decisions. You overanalyze your words. You constantly wonder if you're annoying people. And after a while, you become emotionally exhausted from your own thoughts. Sometimes overthinkers isolate themselves, not because they hate people, but because silence feels safer than misunderstanding. And that's why many overthinkers feel lonely, even around other people. Because nobody sees the war happening inside their mind. But here's the truth that changes everything. Your thoughts are not always reality. Just because your mind says something, doesn't mean it's true. Your brain is designed to protect you, not necessarily to make you happy. That means it naturally focuses on danger, rejection, embarrassment, and uncertainty. But if you listen to every fearful thought, you stop living. At some point, you have to stop asking, what if everything goes wrong? And start asking, what if my mind is lying to me? Because most of the things you worry about never happen. And even when they do, you survive them. How to escape overthinking. The solution is not to stop thinking. That's impossible. The real solution is action, because action interrupts overthinking. Small action, not perfect action. Confidence is not built by thinking. It's built by proving to yourself that you can handle life. You send the message anyway. You apply anyway. You start anyway. You speak anyway, even while feeling uncertain. Psychology shows that the brain learns safety through experience, not through endless thinking. The longer you avoid life, the scarier life becomes. But the more you act, the quieter fear gets. Imagine spending your entire life trapped inside your own mind, always thinking, always worrying, always preparing, but never fully living. That's the real danger of overthinking. Not stress, not anxiety, wasted life. Because one day, you wake up and realize you spent years mentally rehearsing life instead of actually experiencing it. And the truth is, life will never feel completely certain. You will never think your way into peace. At some point, you have to leave your mind and enter your life. So if you've been overthinking lately, this is your sign. Send the message, start the thing, take the step, make the decision. Your future is not waiting for you to feel ready. It's waiting for you to move. And honestly, the people who change their lives are not the people with the least fear. They're the people who act despite it. So stop living only inside your thought before your thoughts become your entire life. Pause. And if this video felt painfully relatable, subscribe, because understanding your mind might be the thing that finally changes your life.